So can you tell me what the difference between selling somebody something and an offer is? You really changed my life when I took your
Well,
training.
well, there's a difference between selling. There's a difference between selling and convincing,
Yeah.
right? Selling is not convincing. Selling is persuasion, and persuasion is the opposite of convincing. And a lot of people think, well, selling is talking people into buying stuff they don't want, don't need, and can't afford. No, that's what you resort to when you're not good at selling.
Right.
Okay, so what's the difference between selling or persuasion and convincing? Convincing is when I attempt to get you to do something I desire you to do for my reasons. So the person I'm thinking about when I'm convincing is me.
Right.
But persuasion is when I help you make a decision you already desire to make for your own reasons. Like, I just believe people are smart, Karen. I believe they know what they desire, and they know whether or not they believe you can help them get that thing.
Right.
So, like, attempting to convince them or trick them into buying something is not only a bad idea, it's just kind of a stupid waste of time.
Right. I remember
So,
when I took your when I first started working with you and I did your boot camp, and you literally said, and it wasn't the takeaway clothes or all that stuff that I learned when I was selling caskets, and I was very good at it. But you literally said, because a lot of things you're going to need, that's one of them. You literally said, if you take the offer, great. If you don't, it's fine too. And I believed you. And so, talking about when
oh,
people,
there was no pressure,
no, no,
none.
and you
Yeah.
meant it. And so the first time it wasn't right for me, and the second time it was right for me. So many people in my space, in the special needs space or parent space, or I just think everybody now in 2024 is wanting to do a side hustle, a business. How does somebody find out what is the right business for them?
Well, first of all, you have to have a skill, right? You have to have um, an ability to provide a solution to someone else's problem. Like I did a video a while ago that I posted on YouTube called "Money is Not Wealth." Okay, so if money is not wealth, what is wealth? Wealth is your ability to solve a problem for someone other than yourself,
Right.
right? And so when I think about like, okay, how do I create like something that someone else desires to buy? I obsess over their problem instead of obsessing over their money. I obsess over their problem so that when I talk to them about the problem, they know, or at least they feel like I've spent more time thinking about how to solve this problem than they have.
Right.
So if I understand the problem better than you, then you're automatically going to conclude that I understand the solution better than you. Does that make
Exactly.
sense?
Absolutely. And lots of programs that I've taken and invested a large amount of money in, the first thing that they have you do, the rowdy Canadians, when I started this 15 years ago, they were like, go and write down 15 of your competitors, come back and tell me what they charge. Tell me why that's not a good idea.
Well, because it has nothing to do with you. Why, what, it not only, not only is it a good idea, it's an insanely horrible idea because what your competitors, so-called competitors are selling has nothing to do with the transformation you can create. A lot of time, a lot of times your competitors got their prices from their competitors.
Right.
Like it doesn't make sense for me to start a business and then I have to pay the cost of doing that business. I have to pay my employees, I have to pay for the cost of goods, and then I let somebody that I don't even know set the prices because they're in a similar business. It just doesn't make sense.